गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं मवामहे कविं कवीनाम् उपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पद आनशृण्वन्नोतिभिस्सीदसादनं श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्र्यवतु महासरस्वत्यै नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरुवे सर्वलोकानां विषये भवरोगिणां हृदये सर्वविद्यानां श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। अस्मिन् गुरुचरणारविन्दाभ्यां नमः। देवीं वाचमजनयन्त देवाः तां विश्वरूपा पशवो वदन्ति सा नो मन्द्रेषु मूर्जन्दुहाना धेनुर्वागस्मानुपसुष्टुतैतु व्यासं वसिष्ठनत्तारं शक्ते पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे शुकतातं तपोनिधिं व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। शिवशक्तिसमारम्भां भास्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मश्रीनाथपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। श्रीललितामहात्रिपुरसुन्दरी समेत श्रीचन्द्रमौळीश्वराय नमः। श्रीकाञ्चीकामकोटिपीठाधिपते जगद्गुरु श्रीशङ्कराचार्य श्रीचरणयोः प्रणामाः। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः. ஒரு 10 minutes எக்ஸ்ட்ரா போனால் பரவாயில்லையா, இல்லை யூ ஹேவ் அ ஹார்ட் ஸ்டாப்பா? பரவாயில்ல, ஓகே. ஸோ but I'll see if I'm able to finish 10 shlokas, then we can stop on time also, not a problem. Okay. So we'll start from Shloka 74. मनोजवस्तीर्थकरो वसुरेता वसुप्रदः मनोजवस्तीर्थकरो वसुरेता वसुप्रदः वसुप्रदो वासुदेवो वसुर्वसुमनाहविः वसुप्रदो वासुदेवो वसुर्वसुमनाहविः. In the end of the line, second line is again a signature line for Matra, for MS Subbulakshmi. Romba Aragga, you will be able to see the Matra and the tune. So the meaning of this shloka is, he is swift as mind, he is the maker of holy fords, he is the wealth seed, the seed of wealth, and wealth giver. He is the wealth giver Vasudeva. He is the dwelling cosmos of pure mind. He is of pure mind, and he is the oblation. Oblation na ahuti. So manojavaha, of mind like swiftness. And while the meaning of the word is being given, it's again at least my nature and tendency to pause and reflect upon potential application of that meaning of that word, and what is the purpose of that word at that place. It tells us many things, that the mind is the fastest to distract, change. So we talk, the speed of light and speed of sound is known to all people. The speed with which the mind distracts, loses focus, or span of concentration that we call, there is no unit of measure for that. But that is also one of the most deadly things that impacts human beings. And it would not be out of place if I say the whole purpose of us getting down to the path of liberation and moksha is to gain control of that mind. Instead of spending entire life on earning wealth and how to spend that money, the whole purpose should be the control of mind. Then we are able to achieve many things, including figuring out that all this is Maya. Tirthakaraha, maker of holy fords for crossing the samsara. அதாவது அட்டாச்மெண்ட்லேருந்து வெளியில் வரத்துக்காக, to come out of all those fords, FORDS. Fords means domain. Yeah. For crossing samsara. Vasuretaha, this is the seed of cosmic wealth. But somehow we would like to interpret it in US dollars or Australian dollars. Vasu Pradaha, he is the giver of wealth. Vasu Pradaha, the auspicious giver. Here it is repeated one more time for emphasis on liberation as ultimate wealth. Now, again, I take a pause. In the Marila, when these things happen, right, I take a pause, I don't rush. I think why there is a need for repetition. And I think I've explained to you, right? In anything in our scripture. Stress the point. To one is to make a point, but it is also human that if I say Sita ji, suddenly you don't catch attention. If I say Sita ji, Sita ji, Sita ji, I'm able to catch your attention. Yeah. அதனால தான் நம்ம ஓம் சாந்தி 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 சொல்ல எல்லாத்துலேயுமே பிரவரம் ஆல்சோ in a marriage hall, if you see முகூர்த்த டயத்தில், if you see the பிரவரம், it is read thrice, the same பிரவரம், because first time you must have missed something, second time you could have missed something, third time you should not, because by that time things would have been in your mind registered. So it all starts consistency parango, that there has to be a reason for the consistency. So there is an emphasis on liberation as the ultimate wealth, not money, bank balance or property we own or stock market, etc., etc. Vasudeva, son of Vasudeva. Vasu and Vasu, எப்படி இந்த வேர்ட்ஸை வச்சுட்டே எவ்வளோ ப்ளே ஆகுது பாருங்க. So dweller in all. Vasudeva, son of Vasudeva, it's also a dweller in all of us. Vasuhu, the dwelling itself. That is the third meaning. Or a few letters of வச்சுட்டு you see how many combinations have been made. So that's a beauty. Vasumanaha, of pure mind. Havihi, as I said, is the ahuti or oblation. So the stress and significance in this shloka has been on Vasu as the meter of dwelling and giving. Both. So I'm sure we will all remember this shloka very well. 75. Sadgatis satkritis satta sadbhutis satparayanah. Sadgatis satkritis satta sadbhutis satparayanah. Shuraseno yadushreshthas sannivasas suyamunah. Shuraseno yadushreshthas sannivasas suyamunah. This is shloka number 75. Sadgati, he is the good path. He is the doer of good. He is the very being. He is of good being. He is of true refuge. Many people may come in your life to say, I will give you refuge, shelter to all your problems, etc., etc., in the form of saffron-clad people or white-clad people. And don't ever get distracted with the number of Rudrakshamala. The bigger, more, and if it is associated with jewelry, they can even promise you a passport. So none of that is true. This is the actual refuge. And I'm saying that not to belittle somebody. The reason I'm again bringing it up is because I've seen families destroyed. As I told you, I counsel many people. It's very painful to see that somebody gets so badly beaten up without knowing that they're getting trapped. And it might be appropriate for me to even give an example why Mahapariva is Mahapariva. It's not a brand. I'm sure you're all aware of, Mahapariva Sonna, I've given up this, I've given up that. So because of Mahapariva, I stopped drinking coffee and all. Right? You must have heard the story. It has got nothing to do with coffee per se. So the context and the wholesome purpose with which Periva says things need to be understood instead of just picking it from the context and selectively what is good for us. The underlying fact that he's trying to stress is addiction, where your mind gets trapped into something, and when that trap happens, all your logical capabilities goes for a toss. Then even God cannot save you. You will go through that whole karma with its own cycle and then flush out. Very painful. And it has happened because there was a die-hard bhakta of Mahaviriva. Family person with married person with family. All he thought when waking up, going to bed was Mahapariva, 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 which is good. That is the bhakti in God. But it was so crazy that he used to leave the job without telling the family and come to Kanchi for Periva's darshana. That also is not a very, very bad thing. Periva never advised that, but if still that is being done, it's, because you cannot leave the family dharma and come in the name of God and sit in Kanchipuram. He had a problem of that he cannot live without coffee. So he used to bring lots of coffee powder. With all the money that he has earned, he'll buy coffee powder and he'll keep coffee powder for him. Nothing, food and all is not important. Coffee is very important. So earned money is not given to the family. Abandon the family duty. Come to see Periva with coffee powder. That is the background. That these kind of addiction is not good. Addiction to coffee or anything, or addiction to saying I cannot live without seeing Mahapariva and abandoning duty. So it is a very consistent message that you will see from good Gurujis who do the right advice and who tell you that you don't have to be doing whatever I'm teaching you at the cost of your family duty and your own dharma. Family comes first. Dharma Shastrala பார்த்தேன்னா அதெல்லாம் clear மென்ஷன் பண்ணிருக்கு. So that itself is a barometer for saying, okay, should I follow this Guruji or should I follow this? Is he a guru or is it a cult? The moment you say it's a cult, then you are getting trapped. So these are the places where you will see that you will be able to differentiate which is the true path of bhakti and what to do and what not to do. So true refuge. He is the Lord of Sura army. He is the best of the Yadus. He is the abode of all, Vaikuntham. He is the Yamuna river loving. So he is Sadgatihi. Two meanings. Gatina path satna good. Sadgati. சத்கத்தின்னா நம்ம சொல்லுவோமே சத்கதி அடைஞ்சிட்டார் அப்படின்னு. ஸோ தட் இஸ் ஆல்சோ ரெஃப்யூஜ் ஆஃப் த குட். ஸோ சேம் வேர்ட் ஹஸ் டூ மீனிங்ஸ். சத்கிருதிஹி, த டூவர் ஆஃப் எவ்ரி குட் டீட். கிருனாலே கிரு கிரா கர் எல்லாமே கர்மா ஆக்ஷன். ஸோ தட்ஸ் அகெயின் த வே டு பிக் அப் த மீனிங். சத்தா, பீயிங் இட் செல்ஃப். ஸோ ஹீ இஸ் த பீயிங். சத்பூதிஹி, true prosperity, the prosperity of the good. Again, we have a tendency to by default saying prosperity means dollars, property. In these days, there is one more element added, crypto. So that is not what is being talked about. Prosperity of the good means in terms of knowledge enhancement to remove your darkness in your life and set you on the right path for liberation. I will again remind you, I used to take this for granted for many, many years of saying everybody, if I explain to them what is liberation, how to set yourself on the path of liberation means, they will be very happy to receive the knowledge. This was one of the counseling. Quietly after 6 months, the person said, sir, this is too much of stress, sir. I don't mind being born again. So that opened my eyes. I said there are also people like that. So you can't take anything for granted. Sat Parayanaha, the supreme refuge of the good. Para means always the supreme. So again, if you see the words for Guru, Paramaguru, Parameshti Guru, Parapara Guru, Paramashiva, எல்லாமே அந்த para means supreme, supreme. Surasenaha, the lord of Sura's army, Vasudeva. Yadushreshtaha, the best among the Yadus, that is Krishna. Sannivasaha, abode of the good. Sana, good. Nivasam is abode. Sannivasaha, abode of the good. Suyamunaha, Yamunaha, that is why it is called Suyamunaha, lover of the Yamuna, and accompanied by the Yamuna cow herds. So goodness and lineage converge in this shloka. So now we are up to clearing the backlog, which we should have done last time itself. 76. Bhota vaso vasudevas sarva sunilayo nalaha yok apro ravagraha. So sunilayo yo nalaha 3 matra varvadu. Bhota vaso vasudevas sarva sunilayo nalaha darpaha darpado drupto durdharo tha parajitah. Durdharo tha. Dharo avagraha irukku. Tha. Tha is second tha. Darpaha darpado drupto durdharo tha parajitah. That is shloka number 76. So the meaning of this shloka is he is the dwelling place of beings, all beings. He is Vasudeva. He is the resting place of all life breaths. He is the cosmic fire. He is the destroyer of pride. You see, suddenly the combination has changed. I am yet to do an analysis of I call it in my own language as heat map. One is you see a body of text and you read and understand. Second, it will lay it in a visual map. Then you understand the patterns. So you will know if there is a certain frequency with which certain names are coming up, or if there is a certain reason for pushing that particular shloka in that sequence. What is the reason? They're trying to guide our mind through the right path. So the meaning purinjaduna, then I'll be able to share it with you. But I've not been able to complete that analysis. So he is the destroyer of pride. He is the giver also of just pride. So again, a point to be noted and learned, because we take positions. And I'll give you a very good example that is useful for everybody's life. Pride means, oh, how can we have pride? Pride is bad, no? The moment you do this, your learning stops. If you are in the habit of doing it, take a stock of situation and say, okay, how do I remove that habit of mine? Because that stops your learning. You need to have pride, but good pride. The pride itself cannot turn into ahankara. For example, if I see about 60 people in a class or 40 people in a class, a person like me will feel very proud. Ah, very good. Or somebody is attending religiously every class, I'll be proud of them. So that kind of a pride is okay. But a pride that thinks that you are God or you are impossible or indispensable, that is bad pride. So good pride is always recommended because it keeps you motivated. So
bad pride example, asuras.
Asuras actually, I will thank God for reminding me that. I would not go to that extreme. Asuras is that other extreme. But most of the road rages, for example, road rage nala accident ஆகுது, events are there that comes with that bad pride. How dare you cross me and go ahead? I'm sure Jayashree would have experienced the same thing. When somebody is going very slow, not allowing you in the lane to go at a normal speed, and you change lanes and you go, suddenly that person also will parallelly block you. Enathuka? Why? This person is going to the other lane and going forward because they want to go at the right speed, recommended speed. When they start suddenly racing, then that is where that thing, rush of blood happens. And that comes from a bad pride. You can't overtake me, you can't pass me. And the
But
Mari.
some things, it's in the gray area. You're confused whether it's a good pride or a bad pride.
Give me an
Not only
example.
give an example,
Ah.
but sometimes you encounter that you're like, is it good to be proud, or am I being egoistic about it? So sometimes it's in the
If
gray
you have a
area.
ready example, give me. I can tell you right away.
I'm trying to
Yours,
see,
yours podungo.
yeah, recollect something, but yeah.
Pannu, and it's a very good exercise. See, this is what the purpose of this is. Not to just attend the class and say, okay, I know the meaning of all the words, I've taken notes, and anyway, I'm going to be given the PDF. So I'm a master of Vishnu Sahasranama. No. Idea is not that. I mean, if you Google, you can find the meaning of all the words. It's not a very difficult thing to find the meaning of the words itself. The idea is to take that pause and say, what is the message that I'm being given? What is the total learning that I can do? And how can I connect all the learnings to become a sort of a blueprint for me? Right? Those all those questions that come to your mind like this, which how do I differentiate, etc., is your ability to understand the meaning and the context and apply it in the right way. These are the two components of it. If you do it, then you're in the right spot. If you are in a rush to say I know the meaning, and you form opinions or conclusions without that rumination, I would say it's a rumination aspect of it, then you will not be benefiting from it. Ah.
Yeah, one example could be that if you're able to recite very well,
Correct.
without mistakes, you should be proud of yourself, or
Absolutely proud of yourself, because that is the main objective of learning. That is the main objective, because of the first thing that I said. I don't want to repeat the whole thing, otherwise in the class full I don't. You are, by chanting loudly, you are creating the sound with the harmonic wave. So that sense of purity that you are creating within yourself, inner purification and external purification, is important. I've also given examples many times. One akshara missing or one akshara mispronounced, the meaning itself changes. So that is why Akshara Shuddhi is one of the 6 important attributes or objectives in your learning in this class. And if you achieve that objective, you have to be proud. That is your energy and motivation to say, yeah, if I can master Vishnu Sahasranamam, can I learn this? Can I learn that? It has a positive effect. But that pride, if it shows as ahankara in a group chanting, say, oh no, I am very perfect in chanting. The same thing. Maybe this is the gray area that you're talking about. That is not. So the consequence determines how good or how bad the pride is. The consequence to yourself, consequence to people around you. That is a key word to differentiate. That is what I can suggest right now. So he is the dignified. We are on Shloka 76. He is the dignified. He is hard to bear. Bear. He is never conquered. Bhuta Vasaha, the dwelling place of all beings. Vasudevaha, the dweller in all. Sarva Sunilayaha, abode of every life breath, meaning every one of the living being, not necessarily just human beings, living beings. In that bright breath he resides. Analaha, analamnale avங்களுக்கு தெரியும், is a cosmic fire. Darpaha, the destroyer of pride. Darpadaha, giver of just pride, good pride. So self-worth to the devoted. Driptaha, the dignified. Duradharaha, hard to bear by ordinary meditation. I have already explained this a few times, so I'll keep it short. You can't say now, Kumar explained to me the whole concept of Shat Chakras, all the names of the chakras are memorized. I know what is Kundalini, I know what is Nyasa, I know what is Tattva, Prana. So let me just fold my hands and sit like this, close my eyes for years. I'm in meditation. So can I not attain moksha by that path? So if it was that easy, everybody would have attained moksha. You can reach God. There are two words that you need to note down very in bold letters in your life. One is tapas and one is sadhana. Sadhana na ponnu perilla, which actually whatever you are taught, how do you make it your daily life, daily habit? Just like you brush your teeth and take a shower and do your nityanishranam and all, this should become a part of your daily life and your the way you believe and live your life. You see the transformation, automatically you will see many things becoming clearer in your life. Many things. So durdharaha, hard to bear by ordinary meditation. So he can be reached only through tapas. Aparajitaha, never conquered. Aparajitaha, that is the way you have to read it. So cosmic shelter and unconquered glory are the two meanings that converge in this shloka. Let's move to shloka 77. For Sanskritam script, you will see the whole line as one word.
Guruji, one doubt. First line of 76. Bhuta Vaso Vasudeva Sarvasu Nilayo Nalaha or Sarvasu Nilayo. How do you split it?
Again, Sanskrit grammar தான் அது. சந்தி அப்ளை பண்ணினதுனால உங்களுக்கு அது மாதிரி வருது. சர்வ சுநிலையக, அதனால தான் சர்வா சுநிலையகன்னு வரும்.
Sarvasu Nilay. Okay. Second line also you tell me. What did you say, Guruji? Durdhuru Thaparojitaha Vishnu say?
You want to split it again?
No, I'm only asking how do you recite it? Chant it.
Durdharotha. Durdharotha.
Then
Parajitaha. But don't take a pause. எல்லாமே கண்டினியூஸா chant பண்ணணும்.
But still for us,
ஏன்னாக்கா துர்தரஹ
where the split could be.
இல்ல பதபேதம் பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சேன்னா everybody will get confused. That's why I'm trying to avoid it.
Yes.
Durdharah
Okay.
Atah Aparajitah. It's not just Parajitah. அதனால தான் அது ரொம்ப சாப் பண்ணினாக்க the meaning itself will change. The Visarga Sandhi is applied, which in one case it brings avagraha, in the other case thaha and becomes tha. So the word is aparajitah. Now, just the explanation, some people can get confused. Maybe we will have an offline conversation if required. From a pure phonetic perspective, you split it as durdharotha parajitah. But don't chop. Chop panina meaning change. This is another example, Shloka 77, line 1. If you remember when I started Sanskrit, and some of you, if you want to know what is Sanskrit and how it is done, or Vedics for us, the new batch I've started where I've given 3 classes dedicated to pure important aspect of chanting, swaras, significance of akshara, matra, balam, shruti, santanam, ellame. There, if you see, Sanskrit is the only language in the world where you can write an entire book with one word and still the meaning doesn't change. You break it into padams. You can go to saying V is iv plus E also. So you can split it. So namostu will become, when you split, namaha and astu. But person who is knowledgeable about Sanskrit will understand this is Padabedam. When I have to chant and write it, I will say namostu. This is knowledge. People who know Sanskritam. And that is why there are many Westerners who have done commendable job in decoding our scriptures. We have to give credit. But these are only few people who have spent time in India for many years, understood the culture, the civilizational aspect of it, and then contextually decoded it. There are many Western people who sit and do a Google Translate kind of this thing by word. Like Atmana soul, direct comparison. Nadi na nerve. No, nadi and nerve ko sambandhame kadayadu. Just because you don't have a word in the dictionary equivalent to what we want to say, we are picking up the closest meaning. So if you combine all the meanings of the words in this kind of a translation, the whole meaning itself changes. Okay, ba? And again, not a political statement. I follow a person by name Arul, Indian, diehard Christian, converted Christian. His only mission in life seems to be to damage Islam. Hi. Oh, wow. Rendu பேர் இருக்கா. Cute little people. Say hello to them. Hi.
Hi, what's your name?
Hello, hello.
What's your name?
No. She is, what's her name? She is Tara.
Tara.
Star.
Very good name.
Oh,
Cute name.
Ever bright star.
Yeah.
Okay. And
பையன் தான் பாருங்க, பையன் தான் ஜாஸ்தி ஷையா இருக்கான் பாருங்க. ஜெனரேஷனே மாறிடுது. ஜெய் ரெண்டுமே நல்ல பேர். Very good. God bless you both. So here you can do a combination of the words. You can do Padabedam, or you can make the whole chapter and book as one word. It doesn't change the meaning. So here you have to split it as Vishwamurtir, Mahamurtir, Deeptamurtir, and Ir plus Amurtiman. That is why that Ir plus A becomes Ra. So if you want to split it from a convenience to chant, Vishwamurtir, Mahamurtir, Deeptamurtira, Murtiman. And at the end there is a halant. So man. That bounce is required for in. Vishwamurtir, Mahamurtir, Deeptamurtiramurtiman. Anekamurtiravyaktash, Shatamurtish Shatananah. Anekamurtiravyaktash, Shatamurtish Shatananah. So this is Shloka number 77. The meaning of this is, he is universal formed. He is great formed. He is brilliant formed. He is formless, yet form rich. Now, these are the places where instant translator will get totally confused. And again, I'm not trying to be racist. I'm just living with these kind of people who have grown up in that philosophy. A distinctive difference between how we are able to multitask and multi-understand, multi-dimension. Jayashree also will, Jayashree and Chitra both will vouch for what I'm saying. The Vellakaralta, if you try to say two things, three things at the same time, hey, just back off, guy, I'm confused. Their thinking is very linear, sequential, many times. You start talking multiple threads of conversation in one go, that is their limitation. But if they are going linear, they're brilliant, far more intelligent and brilliant in that linear than us. Because sometimes we lose the quality in that linear thinking when it comes to multitasking or multiple threads of thinking. So there's a trade-off we do. By sadhana, if you're able to accomplish that ability to not lose quality in each of the thread, then you come out far better too. So formless yet form rich. So then of many forms, again, and these are all not difficult thing to explain. What do you mean by many forms? I give the same example. I am a father to somebody. I am a husband to somebody. I am a brother to somebody. It's one individual, but how do you? And you are quick to change roles. Like for example, now if you see your granddaughter, the way you react to them is different. I don't think you will ever say, "Hey, don't bother me, pick you up." Same thing if you're dealing with your next adult children, you'll say with a different tone. Spouse between each other will take more liberty with each other. So the same person with different ability and characteristic, it's possible. It's not that difficult to understand. He is the unmanifest, and he is of 100 forms. of 100 faces. So Vishwamurtihi, cosmic formed. So he's not formed like exactly like us. The formation we talk about is the talk of cosmos. So again, take a pause here. Maybe I may not be able to accomplish my target for today, number of shlokas, but it is very important. Whenever we say form, na, again, we think of clay idols or any other wooden crafts or anything. It's all form. Na? Form means immediately our idea goes to that. And it will be very specific to known shapes or human shapes, etc. So here it's the whole cosmos, entire cosmos that is being talked about. The principles are there. Garbha graham, graham ella garbham adella irukku. But it is not necessarily with a human form, with hands and legs, the way we believe with bones and flesh. The structure still, remember, is reflected of limbs and various elements, but we are talking of cosmos. Mahamurtihi, of great form. Deeptamurtihi, of blazing form. Amurt, Amurtiman, formless yet form bearing. அதை வந்து சிம்பிளாக ட்ரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ண சொன்னேன்னாக்கா, இஃப் யூ கோ டு, இஃப் யூ ஆர் குட் அட் ஸ்டாட்டிஸ்டிக்ஸ், கிராஃபிங், when you take results of a study, you plot the results, correct? How many of you are good at this? Have you done this? Illada, you will get confused. A scientific study or surveys or anything, if you do, you start plotting the points of the various results. And they will be, the dots will be all over the place, scattered. It is a master expert who will draw the right graph. This is the pattern, this is the graph. So they have to determine what is the outlier, what is actually forming in the pattern, and how to pick up that line and draw the graph. It's a very important expertise that you have to have. So apply the same concept. So while the whole cosmos is like that, we know where there is a garbham, where there is arms, legs, etc., the head. Like, for example, if, I don't know how many of you know, the whole concept of temple construction is exactly like a human form. Are you aware of it? Bhavana ji, aapko pata hai? Temple itself is formed or constructed using certain principles, and it is like a human form. It's like Dhwajastambham is at the feet.
That I know, but this is a new thing to know, which is on a human form.
Yes, the whole thing is a human form. That's why you say Garbhagriha, where the actual idol is installed, consecrated. So it's like Virajman. Vastu Purushaha, it's like Vastu, god of Vastu, from your Nelak என்ன சொல்லுவோம்? See, sometimes I run short of words. घर के जो एंट्रेंस के जो उसको क्या बोलते हैं? When you enter, no, the door के नीचे जो पट्टी होता है.
Delhi.
Dahlij.
Delhi.
So it's like in the Dahlij you have Vastu Purusha, like backward. If they fall and open their arms, if you have enough space for that, that is a very good Vastu for your home. That's a very simple Vastu Sastra in 2 seconds. So again, formless yet form bearing. Aneka Murtihi, of many forms. Avyaktaha, the unmanifest source. So don't associate everything with the Vyakti. Avyaktaha means Vyakti or human form and shape. Shatamurtihi, of 100. Shata means 100. Shatananaha, of 100 faces. Murti is sung as inexhaustible. Many and one at once. 78. Eko naikasavah kahkim yattat padamanuttamam. That is a very important stress at the halant at the end. eko naikastavah kah kim yattat padamanuttamam lokabandhurlokanatho madhavo bhaktavatsalah. Lokabandhurlokanatho madhavo bhaktavatsalah. So, eko naikaha means he is the one, he is the many. He is the very pressing of Soma. Again, for somebody who is very geeky, I will give this as a homework. Try to do some study. Don't do just Google and say copy paste Google result. I can do that too. I want your own explanation if you can. If you cannot, just no problem. So Soma means what? Why it is important? How it is relevant to our life? He is the indeterminate who.
Somayagam also you mean it like
அதுக்கு தான் சொன்னேன் இம்மீடியட்டாக பதில் கொடுக்காதுங்க. Introspect. I'm asking you to introspect on the word and the literal meaning, what is the applied meaning, why it is relevant to us in our life, how significant it is. So there's a significance why you do Somayagam. Somayagam is the ultimate yaga that you can ever do. Right? It is even beyond the Ashwamedha Yaga. So, incidentally, my wife's great-great-grandfather has done the Somayaga. They were in that lineage. So, something that they have done, we are all blessed. That is the power of such tapas. So, indeterminate who, what, and that supreme abode. He is the kinsman and lord of the world. So, when you keep repeating saying he's the Lord, he's the Lord, he's the Lord, Abdina is not like somebody else. Again, the subtle message of Advaitam is coming in. He's not somebody different. Oh, God is him and this is me. We are actually one and the same. We are the part of him. Right? So, he's also the kinsman related. Madhava, the well-known name, is the lover of devotees. So, he takes care of the devotees. He is also a lover of the devotees. He is Ekaha, the one. Naikaha, the plural form. Naikaha means not the one means plural form. So instead of just taking the literal word one and not the one, you're contradicting yourself. That kind of an interpretation. Bhavanaji, especially for these meanings that I'm explaining so much in depth, it will be very relevant to you. If such explanations or words confuse you, take a pause and you will know what the actual technique is to learn these things. Not the one ke bajaye plural form. Right? So if I say I'm the one, I'm also plural form. I've given you examples of father, brothers,
Yeah.
Same thing. Sabaha, the Soma pressing yajna. The reference is to Soma Yaga. Kaha, the indeterminate who of the Vedas wonder questions. Very new meaning, completely new territory. So I'm repeating the meaning. This is again another reason why I said introspect on what is the meaning of Soma and the relevance of Soma to us. Kim, the what of the supreme inquiry. So if you have any doubt of who invented the 6 W's, ask who, what, when, how. Can we say that we can have a good pride that yes, it is already established in Vishnu Sahasranama, or we will be called names by the seculars? I will stand on the side of good pride and with reference. So you can mark Shloka number 78. Right? For evidence-based people, ready answer. So, because there are people who will say, oh, yeah, even everything is invented by Sanatana Dharma. There's no harm in claiming it as long as you have the ability to support it. And that is what Vidyapita will do. The whole Vidyapita documentation is taking time because that is what I'm trying to establish in one go. Otherwise, you'll say, yeah, somewhere I saw a video forwarded in WhatsApp. I'm not able to find it now. Maybe it got deleted. Next time when I get it, I'll give you the evidence. You don't need all this stuff. Go to that website, do a search by keywords. It should be able to pull up the right document for you to give the answer to your next generation or the next to next generation. Or they can do the query themselves. Yet tat padam anuttamam. Yet tat padam anuttamam. The highest goal indicated by the Upanishads. Loka bandhuhu, kinsman of the world. Lokanatha, Natha, Lord. So, Lord of the world. Madhavaha, the springtime sweet Lord. Bhakta Vatsalaha, loving to devotees as a parent to a calf. Here, the Upanishadic indication and the warm devotional address meet in this particular shloka. So, we don't need to be afraid of him. We don't need to be feeling that he's somebody different. We can't touch him, achieve him. That whole notion has to change. We are part of him. We are the Jivatma, he is the Paramatma. So we are related. As long as you show devotion and bhakti, you will get that love and affection and care and the protection. Refuge சொல்றது the protection. So shloka number 79. Suvarnavarno hemango varangaschandanangadi. Di வந்து தீர்க்கம். So don't cut it short. Make sure that the dheergam is there. So varno hemango varangaschandanangadi viraha vishamashunyo घृताशीरचलश्चलः viraha vishamashunyo घृताशीरचलश्चलः. Shloka number 79, meaning is he is golden hued, Hued, golden hued. He is golden limbed. He is of beautiful limbs. He is of sandal anointed armlets. Sandal means chandanam. Sandal anointed armlets. He is the slayer of demonic heroes, asuras. Now, he is beyond duality. Now you cannot ask me a out of syllabus question. If you're saying beyond duality, then what about Madhvacharya, Ramanujacharya? So Dvaitam and Vishishtadvaitam, were those gurus wrong? To answer that question, I tried to educate myself by attending a course. I paid a lot of money, $500 to attend that course. I completed all the classes.
Should we rejoin?
ஒரு நிமிஷம். I attended all the classes for almost 6 to 8 months. Honestly speaking, I could not conclude what I learned for 8 months or 6 months. I almost came to the point of feeling that this whole money was a waste. The only mistake I made was, normally I have a habit of taking screenshots when PowerPoint presentations are made that are not going to be shared with you. Then I have my ability to take my own sweet time to analyze and read. I made the mistake of not doing it, so that is left. So it is a very complex subject to say Advaitam, Dvaitam, Visishtadvaitam are different from one another, contradictory. The answer is no. Emphatic no, they are not contradictory. They all converge in the same point. It is just like you take different routes from your source to destination. Google map will give you 3 different paths, 4 different paths, and you choose one. That's what it is. Chalo.
Should we rejoin the meet, Guruji? Only 5 minutes left.
Yes, I know. So you want me to elaborate or you don't want me to elaborate?
No, you can elaborate. That's why we have to rejoin, right? The meet.
இல்லை நம்ம முடிச்சிருவோம். I've taken the goal, almost I am there. 10 shlokas வந்தாச்சு நம்மளோட. So we will take care of it. No problem. So he is beyond duality. He is the void, the gap, the emptiness that you think of. He is the one who takes the ghee, the ahuti that you offer. So, drinker of ghee is not the right translation, but he is the receiver of ghee. He is the unwavering and the moving. While the மைண்ட் உங்களோட அன்வேவரிங்காக இருக்கிறதும் நீங்கள் மொபைல் மூவ் பண்ணுறதுக்கும் டிஃப்ரென்ஸ் இருக்குது. Your physical body is moving, but your mind is unwavering. These are two different aspects. And that is the beauty that we need to learn when we go into the meaning of all the shlokas and Vedas, etc. So, Suvarna Varnaha of golden hue, Hemangaha of golden limbs, Varangaha of beautiful limbs, Chandanangadi with sandal anointed armlets, Veeraha, slayer of demonic heroes, Vishamaha, without parallel, beyond comparison, Shunyaha, the void to those of inverted vision. That means when you don't even understand what God is, and your thought process and your vision, your ability to interpret things itself is inverted, you'll never be able to reach it. So the all-encompassing emptiness for the realized. Very, very interesting meaning. Since we have only 3 minutes, I'm not going to start a new shloka. I'll just elaborate a little bit on this. We talk of liberation, liberation, liberation. Okay, how do you attain liberation? You do tapas. You learn all the art of nyasa, dhyana, yoga, do nityanusthana, and to summarize fast, you have multiple paths or tracks that you need to activate. Japa, parayana, archana, abhisheka, havana, various tracks through which you reach him. And you have to have a hand in all of these things. You can't say that I'll just take yoga, I'll just take parayana, and I'm going to attain moksha. The multiple tools you have, the multiple tracks you do, it is better. So fine, what is moksha? Abdinaka, when you take your energy from Mooladhara to all the way to Vishuddha, suddenly you will begin to see light which is equal to 1,000 suns. You can't see the light of one sun directly in your eyes, but at that time when you do the sadhana, and if your energy moves up, you can see a light equal to 1,000 suns, and you will see as if you are entering a big forest. These are the two critical elements. So suddenly, if you are used to seeing objects around you, computers, phones, and cars, homes, everything, there that feeling will be all of a sudden, all that Maya will disappear, and there will be a feeling of emptiness, void. So that's where your actual liberation journey starts. The reason I'm explaining this is I always believe, as I said, if you don't know how to assemble something, don't disassemble. So if you want to take a path down, if you're well prepared of what you can expect down the path, you're better able to navigate that path. If sudden surprises can push you back very hard, that is the problem. So Ghrita Shihi, drinker of the ghee, or the receiver of the ghee oblations in a yajna. Achalaha, the unwavering, and Chalaha, the moving cosmic mover, the whole orchestra that we keep talking about. So there are polarities that are resolved in him. So if you have these kind of polarization positions or polarized views and thoughts, etc., they get resolved through him. That is why become a good devotee of Lord Vishnu, or the other name of that is Shiva. You will embark yourself on a path of liberation.